And already there has been a divine and sacred preparation for the gathering of hearts and minds, coming here together on the foundational stone of unconditional love and compassion, to be of the highest service that we can be. We come together linked as the family of light, the children upon the earth who have not forgotten. And so there has been a great and grand preparation, and the energy flows in already. And you may feel this sacred grace already flowing in, unhampered, free flowing in this sacred space where we find ourselves. And we are aware that each and every holy, sacred in-breath and out-breath is precious, and that the breath is truly the divine creation of all things of which we are a part. It is the living life force of the divine. It is the breath of Brahma. And in our day-to-day lives, we know the in-breath and out-breath, and we just do it automatically without giving it a thought. But here now in this eternal moment, we remember the sacredness of the breath, the gift of life of the breath in its many forms and expressions, for the entire cosmos breathes in and out, creating that infinity symbol that is infinite and forever. And in this sacred and holy moment, the idea of sacred and forever, we bring into our awareness that infinity symbol, which looks like a horizontal 8, free flowing, continuous, eternal. And as we hold this symbol, as we are guided into our spiritual eye, and what we see is the flowing of the energy as it moves around the corners, crosses over and back again. The very movement of this sacredness, of this symbol of eternal life, is a reminder to each and all of us as to who we truly are as eternal beings, and that we have to our disposal access to all creational forces. And in an awareness of this, we can begin to move more directly and involved into those parts of ourselves that has been dormant for so long, individually and as a collective in this human kingdom. Now, once again, to be triggered, to be opened, to be unveiled, to be released. And so we will use, beloveds, this holy sacred symbol and the energy of its eternal movement for this important work that we do now. And so we are reminded that each and every holy sacred in-breath and out-breath is amplified now with a divine grace flowing in from the upper worlds, flowing in from the lighted worlds of the divine, whose brilliance is beyond measure. And somehow we are part of this radiance and brilliance that is beyond our comprehension and understanding in this moment. For we are within a physical, mental, and emotional bodies with limitations. We are in a frequency beyond the reach of this illumination and radiance, but yet we are part of it. And it is this, beloveds, it is this that we seek now to integrate, to anchor, to intertwine, and to bring more fully, even as we work a miracle and we work and go on a path in this world, physical, mental, and emotional, that we can bring in the higher parts of ourselves and the divine higher collective of light, interweave it and integrate it, yes, into our physical, mental, and emotional world. Even as we walk this path in higher service upon the sacred earth, to come in as eternal beings in the power of that, not constricted by fear or limitation, but boundless and free. And so we breathe the sacred in-breath and out-breath. And as we see clearly in our spiritual eye, as our own energetics hook into this flowing of energy as represented in the infinity symbol, as we see it continuously, effortlessly flowing from one side to the other, continuously, eternally, as we see this clearly in our spiritual eye, as we choose to now align ourselves with the energy it emanates, with the flow that it brings, with the rhythm that it now establishes, as we are now entrained in this energetic pattern, easily and gracefully, we flow into its pattern. We flow easily as we align ourselves with this sacred rhythm. And as we allow ourselves to simply be in this sacred rhythm, all the constrictions, all the earthly matters now simply move away, for this sacred rhythm, this sacred cosmic dance can only hold on to that of the highest light coming from the undulating waveforms of unconditional love. And as we move into this sacred movement, this sacred dance of the cosmos, it begins to jog our cosmic memory. It begins to bring fully those dreams of dreams that we have had since our birth. Those flashes of inspirations, those sensing of higher perceptions, the calling of the higher self, even as we are in a whirl of density of the physical, the mental, and emotional realms. And so it is these sparks of memory, these sparks of a catalyst that shakes once again those parts of ourselves that we still hold and anchor, that are embedded into the deepest parts of our DNA, that are there within our endocrine system, that are there within the deepest parts of our brain. It begins to flow and activate our chakra system, bringing into it a great and holy balance. But a chakra system beyond our physical, mental, and emotional body. But now, beloveds, moving into the higher chakra system that has always been, but now beckoning you to bring it more integrated into your path of light upon the earth. And so we continue to breathe the holy, sacred in-breath and out-breath, remembering how precious and holy it is, and how now amplified with this divine sacred energy continues to illumine. It continues to radiate from the highest emanations of the highest worlds, moving down into this frequency we find ourselves in. And we hold the infinity symbol. We continue to have the rhythm anchored deeply in the flow of ourselves as this sacred grace continues to flow in from upper worlds, moving into all aspects of our beingness, flowing in through our chakra system, cleansing, puring, and adjusting, moving throughout the meridians of our physical body, our mental and emotional bodies, moving into the very silica, into the very dynamics of the blueprints of the human body, into the crystalline sequences, into the very bone marrow, into the very atomic and subatomic levels, moving, activating, and triggering those parts of ourselves that we hold in the higher heavens, ready now to be present as it flows in through the higher parts of ourselves, remembering that we are eternal beings and that we have access to all creation, and that we are creation and creation is us. And so we take these moments here simply to breathe the holy sacred in-breath and out-breath. See clearly the sacred symbol given to us and anchoring more deeply into its rhythm for the unveiling of our innate powers and abilities, for the anchoring of our higher chakras to permanently anchor into our day-to-day activities, to give us the access to be a channel of light and unconditional love. And now, very clearly, see within your spiritual eye, within deep into the brain, you have the hypothalamus, the pineal. Deep into the brain, the pituitary, hypothalamus, and pineal. And see these three organs, part of the endocrine system that connects the ethereal with the physical, and beyond the ethereal with the worlds of light. See clearly the triangle or the triad that it creates within the center of the brain. And see now in your spiritual eye the infinity symbol in the middle of this triangle or this triad, connecting these three organs. And these three organs in the middle of the brain receives the emanation of this symbol of infinity as it radiates and illuminates. See this clearly as much as you can, this emanation and rhythm of light within the seat of the brain, the pineal, pituitary, and hypothalamus, holding a space for this infinity symbol. Its light, codes, emanations. Hold this sacred space. See clearly the energy that is taking place within the seat of the brain. As this happens, you see energy flowing from the crown chakra to the higher chakra, to the 8th chakra, and for some into the 9th. And no matter what sensations you may or may not feel, simply be the observer and allow the process to unfold. Whatever sensations, sensing or knowing, simply allow. So that you may see more clearly. So that you may see more clearly. So that you may see more clearly. And now, as we are still holding this divine energetic that flows in and through us, as this infinity symbol and the energy it represents will continue to trigger and bring in those higher light codes that are within us to be activated, that we may see more clearly. Remember the divine energetic taking place in the middle of the brain. And as you choose to bring your thoughts and memory to it, it continues to trigger, remembering to put the infinity symbol within it, as it will enhance the work, the process, and the blessing. And now we sense the time to come back, even as we are in complete peace, remembering this grace and peace in this experience, and choosing to bring it into our day-to-day activities, even as we walk this physical, mental, and emotional world. But we do so with purpose. And slowly but surely, we now draw in our electromagnetic field and all of those radiant ones who have held this platform for us to do and experience this blessing and grace, begin to draw in theirs. And we see one more time the infinity symbol, but it is imprinted upon us and will continue to bring forth the illumination and the divine sacred rhythm into our lives. And on the count of three, we will prepare ourselves to be back, awake and alert. 1, 2, take a deep breath in. And 3, we are back, awake, alert, and we are grounded.